I suppose you've noticed the ravenous predators. You've been decent to me so far. Maybe if you can, don't make me face any more of them. At least, not alone. Really? Some might think it makes me a liability. Maybe that's what I like about you. You're different.
There's no story. None that you're entitled to hear, anyway. Just forget you ever saw it. Must we? No harm in a little mystery, don't you think? Thank you. I'm sure we'll get along perfectly well. We've been through quite a lot, with likely more to come. Care to narrow it down a little? I must admit, you've been a surprise, and not an unpleasant one. Kindred spirits are few and far between for me. Besides, you saved my life aboard the Nautiloid. How can I do anything but sing your praises? I suppose we'd go our separate ways. Not a slight on your company, of course. Home. Baldur's Gate. There's someone waiting for me there. Someone I have to reach. As soon as possible. Thank you. And you're right. It's a delicate matter. Not something for light conversation. Must I? Thinking about it won't help. We know what to do, so let's do it. Find a way to rid ourselves of these things. I'm not too hopeful that a Gith Kresh will actually prove our salvation, but worth keeping in mind.
Seek and you shall find me.
Watch your back.
Let's move.
Be with you in a moment. Indulging in a spot of vanity. Handsome devil, aren't I? Be that as it may.
Ceramorphosis. What does it make you think of? Ah, yes. The good old days. Day 1, fever and memory loss. Day 2, hallucinations and graying skin. Day 3, hair loss and blood leaking from all orifices. He has disappeared. Fingers and toes and limbs elongate. I take it you get the picture? Can't say I blame you. My point is this. Our orifices remain blissfully unblooded, our heads remain clear, and our blood temperature normal. Any expert will agree this is abnormal. That, alas, is where my knowledge fails me. A rogue might call it luck, a priest might call it fate. As for myself, I'm a pragmatic. I see the silence before the storm. Something to sleep on. We should get some rest.
So, we're traveling with the famed Blade of Frontiers. I feel safer already.
Keep the goblins out forever. This is no fortress and we're no warriors.
Doesn't taste half bad.
I heard what happened. Thank you for protecting the child. If the druids are this far gone, then it's not just goblins we have to fear. So we can risk violence here, or face it for certain on the road. Quite the choice, isn't it? It's good of you to offer, but there's a whole army of goblins out there. We'd need an army of our own to escort us safely to Baldur's Gate. And while I don't doubt your abilities, you're no army. There may be a way, though. Goblins are ill-disciplined. It's unlike them to organize so cleverly. Somebody must be leading them, bringing discipline to their ranks. Take out that leadership, and they'll scatter. It's no small thing to ask, but I've seen you fight. You're equal to the task. Everyone in this camp depends on it. Thank you. We'll be ready to leave as soon as you give word. Scouts yet?
No, sir. But if there's a clear path past those goblins, they'll find it.
Yes.
fortress and we're no warriors.
I see you. Just give me a moment. There. It's up to her now. Life or death. Now, what was it you needed? Just be glad my bedside manner's better than yours. Come here. Let's have a look at you. You seem healthy enough. A bit tired round the eyes, maybe. A tadpole. A mind flayer tadpole. I'll do what I can. Come, follow me. I might be able to help. We need to be quick. This way.
There's something in that vessel. Take a closer look.
This one had the same problem as you. Attacked us in the woods together with some goblins. Tadpole crawled out of his head soon after. Seems so. Gave Master Halsin a right start. It's why he joined the adventurers on their expedition. To find out what was happening. A pity you got me instead of him. He understands these things. Studied them. Still, we have options. You don't have to be here for this.
I'm interested in the procedure, actually. Please, go ahead.
All right. Let's see what we can do. Of course. Now, tell me what's been happening. Any symptoms? Strange events? Victims can identify each other. Not that the others know they're victims, of course. How'd you pick up the parasite? Halsin was desperate to find where all this was happening. A Mind Flayer ship? But Master Halsin was sure. Look, you've been straight with me, so I'll be straight with you. You're dangerous. If you transform here, we're all dead. But you seem like a good soul. You deserve a chance to save yourself. This is a vial of wyvern poison. Swear to me, you'll swallow it if you feel any symptoms. I hope it doesn't come to that, but thank you. Here. You know, I've spent my life treating folk and never once saw a Mind Flayer infection. Then suddenly, there's dozens of you. Maybe more. Master Halsin and I were tracking them, studying them, trying to figure out what the hells was going on. Because you should all be changing. There should be a small army of mind flayers out there. But you're not. Weird powers aside, you seem perfectly normal. Mind flayers reproduce by infecting someone with their parasite. 7 gruesome days later, the victim transforms and a new mind flayer is born. The thing in your skull, though, it's different to anything in our records. It's one of their worms for sure. But this one gives you powers. Telepathic connections. And it doesn't turn you into one of them. Not yet, anyhow. Hard to say, but there's a lot we don't know. Infected, folks like you, have been converging on an old temple of Selûne, and I've no idea why. When Master Halsin heard the adventurers were heading that way, he saw a chance to get answers, joined on the spot. Whatever he found there, he didn't make it back. I think so. I hope so. I've sent birds to find him, but they can't get close without goblins trying to shoot them down. You, though, you're one of them. Technically speaking, I mean. They won't kill someone carrying their parasite. If you can find Halsin and get him out of there, we can discover what he learned. And perhaps he can save your life. How's that sound? Thank you. I wish I could tell you what happened out there. All I can say, good luck out there. And if things start... Step at a time, Nettie. Come on.
Wyvern poison. Never tried it, and I hope to keep it that way.
Better a quick draft than Ceramorphosis nonetheless.
Better than becoming a mind flayer. Keep it, in case things start to go very wrong.
So, do you have loves waiting for you once this is all over?
You know what? That is not the easiest of questions for me to answer.
You mean just waiting? Like a lovesick puppy? Short-term amusements are much less hassle. You know what I really miss
Strange.
about Baldur's Gate?
It looks healthy.
Food.
The pig's dead, my friend. Staring at it won't bring it back. Come on. We'll never fix these brainworms if we stop and gawk at every piece of carrion you find.
The boar seems to be fresh.
See?
I wonder what the next move is.
What to do?
Not for communal use, it seems. Best.
Thought you was busy with the lads in Elson's Grove. That's a fancy way of saying I had something better to do. Wish I'd had something better to do when I came across this contract. Bloody goblins ran through my crew. And all for nothing. The kind that leaves half your crew dead. There's a wizard in Baldur's Gate that'll pay gobloads for a relic, supposedly buried round these parts. But gold ain't any use if you're too cold to spend it. It's called the Night Song. Supposed to be hidden under the temple where the goblins jumped us. I'd give you a map of the temple and wish you a happy funeral. But my mate Brian kept hold of it like his own sodger. Goblins made short of the fat old chunk. All I've got's the contract. Can show you where we turn back, if you feel like dying. Don't thank me. I'll be well on my way to Baldur's Gate when you die. I'm just glad to be rid of the bloody thing. Happy hunting.
Breathe quiet. Move with care. Thank you. Something's waiting up ahead.
Moonhaven.
Still no symptoms.
No sign of tentacles so far.
The same. Except for a knot of worry.
You sniffing where you ain't ought to be, friend. Might have to take that nose.
A strange symbol glows, marked on their flesh, and something within you stirs in response.
you have someone waiting?
Look what we got here. Another little birdie wanting to fly. Stop this thing! Flap those wings some more, and I'll feed you a worm. And you. Hope you got a stomach for heights. What's it bloody look like? We're teaching this here pipsqueak to fly. You want this little cave lurking what's it? Find your own. He's ours!
As the symbol glows, power courses through you. Authority.
The runts.
Can't even catch my breath.
The worms will feast on your sorry carcass when I'm done with ya!
Got to focus. For the absolute!
Fast. I must heal.
give up. Mercy, please. I know things. If you let me live, I'll make it worth your while. I promise. My lot are camped nearby. I can get you inside. No hassle. You can loot it, do whatever. There's a hidden path. Past the bridge into the camp. Over to the side before you reach the first guards. Easy. All right. Just don't hurt me.
I'm ready. Whatever it takes. Take you.
Stop this thing.
Take you. Take you.
Looking ahead. Alright, what now?
There is work to do.
No rest for the wicked, I see.
And these things have stayed interesting. Looks empty.
The Blade of Frontiers. That...
Shadowheart's attention is fixed on a damaged old statue.
We should keep moving. Nothing. The trick of the light.
I do. Let's just move along. Time...
Cut me loose!
Ugh. Bagakabara.
Those pustulant thugs! Well, get on with it. You saved me, now you'll extort me. That's how this works, yes? Nothing? My own fault, really. I should have dropped my pack and outrun those. Take my pack, if you can find it. The only reason those goblins caught me was its weight. I'll travel lightly from now on. Ignorance is alive and well, it seems. Deep no. I'm in search of a friend. I fear he's in trouble. See this? I get a thug in the lower city. But I still have hope. I always help. On that note...
Known a few warlocks in my time. Talented, of course.
What's that?
Oi! Thicko!
Hear my voice. Obey my command.
The voice is irresistible. You recognize the overwhelming authority that you've used on others, only infinitely stronger, and turned against you. Your vision clouds, leaving you in a dark, featureless shadowscape. Nothingness in every direction. Then there are 3 figures before you. An armored male elf, exuding power and command. A handsome younger man with a quick, easy smile. And a pale young woman with even paler eyes.
These are my chosen. They speak for me. Aid their search for the prison, and you will be worthy to stand beside them in my presence.
You feel energy pulsing from the artifact, lifting the pain from you, pushing the voice away.
My power grows. My forces gather. The reckoning draws near.
Don't give me that look. I don't know what just happened any more than you do. We should keep going.
I don't know what that toy of hers is, but I'm glad it's on our side.
Trust me, I will. Let's keep going.
Sounds like they've captured themselves a bard.
Come, fill the front row. The Apollo!
We have
to find Halsin before it's too late. Statue of Seluna. This ruin must have been...
Let's hope we find him in one piece.
Spare me a moment, if you please. I've something important to discuss with you. We've been traveling together for a while now, and it's a rather personal matter that I'd have preferred to keep quiet, but needs must when the devil drives. I have no choice but to speak. You see, I have this condition. Very different from the parasite we share, but just as deadly. The specifics are rather personal, but suffice. What it comes down to is this. Every so often, I need to get my hands on a powerful magical item and absorb the weave inside. It begins with a simple biological catastrophe. It's been days since I last consumed an artifact, since before we were abducted. It is time, and by that I mean it's imperative that I find and consume strands of weave at the earliest possible juncture. We've already done the finding. You know for yourself how hard-won such an item was, and it will be no easier when even more are required to assuage my hunger. There'll be danger involved, or great cost. Splendid. But as luck would have it, you're already primed to give me exactly what I need. Perhaps I'm not conveying the urgency of the situation. It's incredibly, world-shatteringly important you give me a suitable artifact. Please. Of course. I would hate for you to think me impatient or ungrateful.
Bloody racket. Oh, come on now. They're just having a bit of fun. Aye, so much fun that those thieves almost got past. We got 'em now, eh? And once the whelp starts singing, we'll know who sent 'em. Aye. Might be we'll pay 'em a visit in return. That'll be some real fun.
Goblins aren't known for their cleanliness. That is most gratifying to hear. May I? Thank you. That hit the spot. I can feel it work. The magic, it's like a lullaby that sings to sleep the demon inside. A metaphorical demon, I haste to point out, but no less dangerous. And no less bound to wake up again to continue its ravages. Such is the nature of all monsters. It's not so bad once you get used to it. And, sincerely though, I understand I ask a lot from you with few answers in return. But my lord?
Oi! Ain't no party in here! State your...
As the symbol glows, power courses through you. Authority.
minute we stick you foreign types in the spider pit. But the Absolute says we're all making nice now. So in you go, I suppose. Well now, gonna have to be more... You here to see Priestess Gut, Boss Ragslin, or... Well, look! Throne room's at the back. Bloody racket.
Selûne. As if mingling with a horde of goblins wasn't... Let's do what we have to do, then get out of here. Selûne's a bad omen. Though, I'll grant it must have been impressive once. No matter. I'll breathe easier once we're clear of this place. Only that you're overthinking a simple deduction I made. You're not going to let this go, are you? You might wish you had. I worship Shar, the Mistress of the Night. It is my holy mission to oppose Selûne, her teachings and her followers. Now that you have the truth...
You worship Shar? Blimey. She and my beloved Mystra are not exactly friends.
True. I didn't think you'd react so pragmatically. Perhaps I should have told you sooner. Gladly. Vile idolatry. It makes my stomach turn.
Yeah, and then I'll hear
For
her
once,
voice.
the goblins' decorations are an improvement.
Her voice is a blade. It'll cut your brain to bits.
Smells like burnt flesh in here.
How do we get closer to her? Do what us true souls command. Spill the blood of non-believers.
A long way from Waterdeep.
Nobody's gonna push us around anymore. I ain't.
My, what manner of place is this? A path to redemption? Or a road to damnation? Hard to say, for your journey is just beginning.
What would suit the occasion? The words to a lullaby, perhaps. The mouse smiled brightly. It outfoxed the cat.
Then down came the claw. And that, love, was that. They do know how to write them in Cormyr, don't they? Well met, I am Raphael. Very much at your service. Neither. The fox, of course. What I have to say merits some privacy, as well as this quaint... Come. There, middle of somewhere. The House of Hope, where the tired can go on, partake, enjoy your supper. After all, it might just be your last. Call it a ninth sense. What's better than a devil you don't know? Am I a friend? Potentially. An adversary? Conceivably. But a savior? That's for certain. Because my compassion and you're in dire need. Once I could fix it all, like that. And what is madness but a denial of reality? Still, I've a feeling. Try to cure yourself. Shop around. Beg, borrow, and steal. And when hope has been hope. Such a tease. I'll be around. Watch all those pretty little symptoms sundering. One might say, I'll be there.
Coward's root.
Never felt so strong.
I've got a long road ahead.
Nobody's gonna push us around anymore.
Shugon al Shukok, Otashokek Dos! I command you, corpse. Speak. Reveal truth to the Absolute. Nothing.
The hobgoblin turns to you. You taste the ale on his tongue. The visions cloud your inner eye for a brief moment once again. The elf speaks of the hunt for a great weapon, and the rewards that will go to whoever finds.
If it isn't a true soul devil.
He doesn't speak his next words.
You ever talk to a dead squid? Now's your chance.
This Mind Flayer's build is smaller, its garb plainer. Yet it too roamed the Nautiloid.
Absolute says the dead squiddy had a weapon. I reckon we find who killed it.
You feel Shadowheart's anxiety. The weapon the Absolute seeks is the artifact that she carries. The same one that protected you as you entered the Her mind focuses. Their suspicion cannot be aroused. They cannot discover that the weapon they seek is within their grasp. Your skull sizzles with Ragslin's displeasure.
I speak for the Absolute, and I say, you stay. Heretic!
These days.
Better get to it.